it's Theo from Theo's Tech Tips, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a number guessing game in Java. Let's get started. So before we get started, I have an announcement to make, is that I'm going to be posting twice a month now. So you'll get new tech tip videos twice a month. Alright, so normally I would be using Visual Studio Code when I'm coding, but for Java's not Visual Studio Code's strong suit. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure you have IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition installed. So you could just go to download IntelliJ, and then we can go Community Edition and just download it. Yeah, so it'll download and then you can set it up. So once you have that all installed and set up, you want to go File, New, Project, and then we're going to choose Java, and we're going to go, don't select anything, and I'm going to be using OpenJDK version 17. So we'll make sure that that's set it to 17. So now we can go next, and we can check Create Project from Template. I'm going to go Command Line App. I'm going to Next. I'm going to call this something like number guessing game. So we can go, we can call the package like com.theo.guessing game Java. So now we can press finish. Alright, so once you've done that, you should get something that looks like this. So we can go expand our stuff, and here's our main class. So Java is not like any other scripting language, and because it has no functions like most scripting languages like JavaScript or Ruby or Python would have. So everything is a class, and it's very object oriented. And there are a lot of different types of returns, and everything is typed. So you have to specify what the type is so that the Java compiler knows what it is. Yeah, so we're going to start writing some code. Before the main, we're going to want to make a couple integers. So for this, we're just going to say private static integer. And then we can call this one number. And then we can call the next one number of guesses left. We can set that to 5. And you also need a semicolon on every single line in Java. And we're also going to say private static integer max number. So what's the limit? I'm going to start with 10. So generate a number from 1 to 10. If you want to make it harder, you could do like 20 or even 50. Yeah, so those are our variables that we're going to use. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a class, because again there's no functions in Java, to generate a random number. So we could just right click on this package and say new Java class, and we're going to call this random generator. Alright, so in this class, it's really simple. We don't even need a constructor, but we're just going to have it return a random integer. So we have to tell the Java compiler what we're going to be returning. So we could just go public int, because it's returning an integer, and call it generate int, and go integer, because it has to know that it's an integer that it's expecting. So get integer min, integer max. Alright, I'm getting an error here. Oh, missing return statement. So now we're going to add our return statement. So we're going to say return, and this will convert it to an int. So we'll go int, and then we'll say math.floor to round it, and then go math.random, and then we can go multiplied by brackets max minus min plus 1. And then plus min. Alright, so now we're going to go back to main. And in here, the first thing we're going to do is to generate our random number. So we'll say generate a random number. And we'll just make a new class of that random generator. R equals new random generator. And then we can go number, which is our local variable integer thing. And we could go equals r dot generate int. We could say the min and max. So it'll be 1 and our max number integer. And we'll close that up. All right, and then we need to welcome the user and tell them that they're playing the game. So we'll do that. And to print out a line, you go system.out.println, and then you can just type your text in here. So and it'll automatically convert integers to strings as well. So you could say, welcome to the number guessing game. You have, and we can add in the number of guesses left. Guesses to guess the number from 1 to, and then we can add the max number. Then we can add an exclamation mark. All right. So now we're going to start asking the user. So we're just going to go ask the user. So this is going to be a method that we're going to make inside of this class main. So we could just go ask for now. This isn't a method yet. And the first thing we're going to do is actually make that. So we'll go public static void. Void is a special type of return value, and it basically means it's a method and it won't return anything. And then we can just call it ask. And in here, the first thing we're going to do is to check how many guesses you have left. So we'll go if our number of guesses left is 0, then we want to exit the game and say you lose. So we'll go system.out.println. You lose. The number was, and then we'll add the number. You had, and then we'll add the number of guesses left. Guesses left. Like that, period. And then we want to exit it, and because we don't want it to exit with an error, we'll just go system.exit. We'll make the status code to be 0. All right. So now we're going to start working on this guess function. So we can go, we want to ask them first, what's your guess? So we can go to out.println. What is your guess? And then we need to set up a scanner so that it knows what you entered. So we can just say scanner, and it'll automatically import. And we'll say in equals new scanner. And then we'll say system.in. All right. And then we want to make this a string of what they entered. So go string user choice equals in dot next line. And then we want to convert that choice, the number, to an actual integer. So we'll go integer user choice int equals integer dot parse int, and they'll say user choice. All right. Then we want to subtract how many guesses you have left. So we'll go number of guesses left minus minus. And then now we want to check with some methods that we'll make later. We want to check if the number's too high or too low, and then give them hints. So first we'll go if too high. That is not a function yet, but it will be. And we'll say user choice int equals true. And we shall say, we'll go system.out.println, and we shall say too high, and then we want to inform them how many guesses they have left. So just copy and paste that, and we can say you have, and then we'll join that with number of guesses left. Guesses left. Then we want to go else if. We can basically just copy this whole thing. And we'll go too low. We'll go too low. And then else, we're going to say you win the game. So we can take over here and instead say you win. All right. So now the last thing we want to do is to make those functions that check if it's too high or too low. And these could actually not be functions, but it's good practice to make, well, I keep saying functions, they're actually just methods, but it's good practice to learn about the return types and making methods in Java. So that's why we are putting these as functions and not just doing simple checks in the if-then statements. But what we're going to do here is we want to make a public static, and this is going to return a boolean, which is either true or false. And then we can call this too high, and then this is going to be an integer, and then we'll say choice. And then what we're going to return here is we're going to go if choice is greater than the number, then we want to return true, else return false. All right, and then we can just copy that for too low as well. And then just change the sign. All right, so that should be everything. So let's give it a try. So in IntelliJ, we need to say our configurations. If you do the template, it should say main, but if it doesn't, then just say run. And if there's no main here, then we can just edit the configurations and then add the class name of main. Yeah, but let's go apply, close, run, and then go run main. And there we go. So it says, welcome to the number guessing game. You have 5 guesses left to guess the number from 1 to 10. So let's say 5. Too high. Oh, we forgot something. We have to ask them again. So let's add that in. Let's try that again. Let's say 5, too low. Let's say 7, too low. 8, too low. So this is going to be 9. Oh, well then it's 10. Alright, you win. The number's 10 and you had 0 guesses left. And it finishes with exit code 0. So let's see if we run out of lives. So you can just say 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And it says, you lose. The number was 8. You had 0 guesses left. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I'm Theo from Theo's Tech Tips. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.